Harish Gedosune Arohada Kiski Hoji Demo Aidana Asli Dijigon and Danish Thursday 1:05:30 Hada Kiski Horoy Denebananda Dr. Buu Nygren Horoy Tsabagan Hotzando Hanenigishli Horoshin Hodoljish Harishim Chian da Sleto Hawande Nahiso Trado Nkiso Keda Zebekeda not only Kin Trahodazen Kitlo Rosad Lazian da Siosnido Li Na Nishta Hasin Kizdo Na Nishta Aden Snaos was Hasin Kizigi Horoya Handini Dolet Yobanish Lohoro Hanen Kitchenishigi Kachin Hodoljish. November 5th is election day. Let's get out the vote. Hojisinli the Modona Kitjigone Da Nis Bichina Holjishinli Washington Slatin Hahozog Benant Ado Keta Satagido the Quig Shahwa Tratnas Nelbenant Ad and Lingiba Da Nis Banahol Eshebin Nacha Si Yeg Honankin Shkantole Heshibich than Nothenigi she had the Lohidaze John Nez the Judge than Nothenigi Hot end Nitligi Ede I Yesepohotni Jobit since Klejidani Tlenigi Nezatina Haya Danda Bela Azlim Ebeninan Masanadon Kitche Lashido Tada Ninde a hot end at in Habohonetza Eta Nils and a Beninach Edadio Net November 5th Hareshin da Yohnetigi Bedas Nitolik Na Kigushila Dai Nitolik Lait Hatnas Nelebanye Ba Dai Nilto Lai Washington Benant Ani dan Lenigi Hos Doha Zojabenant Ani dan Lenigi Esoba Dai Nitolik Horon Gichebe Hastigi Dai Dios Net Jo Shuhorobe Sizenigi Den Ne Dai Nitigi Beninach Yegon Henazi Lid Hotzelo Ayosin Ebenina Dai Dio Net Horonan Hishkan November 5th Hajashi dan Lenigi Chihe de Lohidaze Janez dan Lenigi a hot end Netligide I Yese Boholni. Our upcoming holidays or appreciation days. Ghouls, goblins, witches will be able to step inside our haunted house to celebrate Halloween. Come celebrate with my staff and me at our office hosts our annual trick-or-treat in haunted house. We'll be giving out candy and other treats to children and adults who stop by. Put on your costume and let's have a spooktacular time. And as always, stay safe from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. today. The office of the president will be open. Local announcements. Missing Navajo people reports from the Navajo Police Department this week. From the Crown Point Police Department, 26-year-old Kyle Faith Shea was last seen in Church Rock, New Mexico, and last contacted on October 27, 2024. She's 5'7", 130 pounds with brown eyes and black hair. She was last seen wearing a black sweater, black leggings, and purple, black, white Jordan shoes. If you have any information, please call Crown Point Police Department 505-786-2050. Life lesson. Our world has changed with social media, which offers countless benefits when we stay connected and informed about the world around us. However, social media can also be dangerous. Sadly, I've seen many of our people misinformed, misleading others with Jeanette causing chaos among our people. I urge you to question what you read. Although misinformation creates division, I encourage my team daily to stay focused on our mission. We're working towards securing our water rights, providing clean water, building infrastructure, opening senior centers, collaborating with local leaders, and more. I encourage everyone to strive to be a kind and compassionate person towards each other as we build our community we can all be proud of. Dishe hojo nan kin bedet ege de kui go shika de hode dishji den le besh behnen de cha she yego nit na so de kui go shida enegi alche de endo sada de tsagi a hot end le shandaz neshigi ye shinda halne oy hashit o bahatsero de nei kha de le do jnedo at zago de ne sadi ke dayon ni aro benina de ne ta sabada hatchkin do biga hada nodo eshi hot enegi yego ba hoda no sende de hajo chiyat ke do a ni de a huije jono ala chi do lil to hajo dan sa ke sto de ne ban sa ke sigi sad a erelchi ya del tyo en jono do cho de ne be itle ke e a huije be de nil neshigi hot o shin jono ba hoda no sende hot en sa chi do hode tsalen she hodo nda bedishni de ne bedant ajlo e bi ga sar hin tele bi ga de ne dan ni le bi ga de chi da shel tkele a hot en she roben ke hanaste a de mo na otle ana nishte bednesh khal khaila na do nil khait ola de ne biyan na do khal khait ola de ne bgan na do lil thola na da lot se to pesh ti da na da do do tin do as tuido san don khal chinda bich na hat ege ede bednesh khal kha ishi de shno at za sad has niet edo becht eerder let o tene na nisha dasado anidi ea kui chimpe de nil nisto di hoje de mo na outlet dan jono le kanoben khel nahshne eshia hot o de na hol jisto le ebina horoshandar nishigi de ayo khaishin dan kid nenigi don khliadat eta dan nunde hot ene aroban dan hinne die si de neba de enigi aide panse da kesto ebinina jono da os khostole de kui go shaida da iliagi ebe nas kon jono I katol ebe jono de kui go shin so anada di nislo be da be de snoye hot o hol jisto le eshi hot o nan tin do shi hajo ya tke do hajo dan si kes do hajo nas ko yi ka ede be da nil ka le jono ke huit indole jono si yego holtselo de nebe ke ob ka ke na huit indole eshi be hodon ki hasti do a few of the week's accomplishments I signed the $5.6 million Carson Burnham Regional Water Supply Project contract le na kiskanda na sosla ben la na ligo di 5.6 million be la do be nache the ne Carson do Burfano do Burnham ha ke dat enigi te kui go jislad nezet din do ahone la ne ke dat enigi tro ba hol lo le ba tro de dot se jok and I da na ahegi se yego dis din do na do kana ski naltas do yinal ada nenigi hot en kade nide de tsehegi se yego bet zilo le do be nache te kui go shi ha de ne ke dat enigi be ya eto le no hoto beso don le be dadl don niston le ido lithigi be llasenli do a stannen lo la klassen excavating no hoto yindil nisto enjo no at the nest stannen lo na nishi yo lithigi hoto ba det adon jono arjin de nebeke bakai ba da inishigi bayana net etule queen zon eto na nish be lana sli ado to hune nanige signed a contract for $4.9 million to fund the Nash Chitty San Juan lateral project this year hojo hunana hot on jono be la sli donald sos be shije be kai shai wa the Nash Chitty the kui go shin wa ke da hat enigi kushina khe thobe da teno go binina che wa $6 million do ba be la sli jono thod dot se don le water tank besa anigi wa thobe khadel bito le ligin jono trais adele ado benina che don hon cloud net thobe da hallo le no ebshi but that the nistelation kushina de zero ebe nikil bada husband le Nash Chitty wa ke da not enigi do khe do le kenat ani hode don khandaz neshigi she kregon jono khada diliagi ben jono nat anin khada etlenigi khe do le jon khen khat a huich. Earlier this month I signed the Tsei Aha Standing Rock Waterline Extension for $5.9 million. Ado dishi hoja na kidamo is le down di lo sta $6 million ba hilon lo thod dot se do ben nach de kui go shin hada ne wa ke da hat enigi thundai yehigi do ka thundai yeto le no le a hawanje thobad le se do jono ba da do ni to ben nach jono wa Standing Rock wa de ne ke da hat enigi ya khetan zen do not ani dan lenigi da wa kushi na khet khanas ne le dan lo yin dash ne sto wa ke da no enigi a khe do le si hoje hol jijon jono shije be ke this zoto wa an he de neba Washington construction ye de ne shigi neka e shi hoton jono yin da do le sto ben nach da de ne beso sa de do le to ba chinda inache chiando e da yan na de yisni to de ti hodo jono be lana ishlegi yo be yashtkele to e do thod do se to be chi do e do ho one dot alta ben inache de ne na nishba da dot alto ben inache tho inde do ka to be mado be jado ba chinda ye ke haida yande diosne ebenina yo bohne tlelo skinlo no ta dia sina nishda do nilto bel thaige nal nish be beso da holloro le khwin zo e hoto a huichi yo banses kes do hoto di naskonal sosno ta hegi yo ba hinsentle. This past Friday we celebrated the groundbreaking of Beacon Bestine in-9 lateral dia honana temtho sanada dot seto beninache de kushina kha se yego de netrobichin da huilnande kade do na hon cloud khobe da holloro le khanegi de $6.7 million honela not on nesto beninache nal khade de neba Washington ban ya nahin de to da beninache ne hwa ke da enigi belta horjoro le na neshi dan lenegi elto bichin da ilgero de kuigo shin yat elendi to jono khoro ben kel nashnegi tro beta inni shot hoje. The Navajo Nation Department of Corrections celebrated the grand opening of the $2 million Window Rock Modular Detention Center in Fort Defiance, Arizona. Di she kushinache di salao wal ya has anigi ateno di the neda khwa tsagan ho tsanigi da ya bedel to khad shi da bedi kese le Crown Point do si tan zgare gi bin khwa jono kinlan nat ayi de godole ashashin كالشندو كن دنادون كيدن ليند خويا دا بدي نيل ساتنز غارين نتا هاتشيلك ادي اخواتو لي جو تون كدنادا هايشين ييغو بچندا هويسنا جيهولوندا زن ييغو باتنز دادو زيت سنا ساهيدا زباتنز دانيغي بنلا ايسي خشيت اوي كيتي ياهيغي اوت ان خويا بخز انيغي ايدغو اليادو لي ابنينا سي باخيتا نيتن كوشينا خديكا تو هولونغو اندا جنوس اناليا ارو كوشينا خيغوشي شو اهوت خاغي لندوت اهوت ان قدي السيسند ايات ان قد السيسند قدي تند قد شيبنينا دي الياغي شو اخو نه سلا دن لنيغي دون زغاغو بخدا دجيتو لي هوتو باخودا نوسنت ارو كوشين دمونا اصلي تو لي تروچ انا دوت نيل ايتو اهوت كوشينا خياسي اتنو بنينا واليا اندول نيل نن ان جنوب تا اني شوت كنا ايتسوغو 4 million sta bahas leader shipwreck in Fort Defiance hot jono sa benda ajnish aroso election day ni bihasti November 5th 2024 this year hoje sabgan hot zana demo yaja ta Saturday hodin khaniya Governor Tim Walz li Kamala Harris keta nota no dikat to khanne tande sige gon tshago da nilan yede jegi de nebe kaya ba khal sa ton khega tande qadinda atza hodobansis kese sin khazotle de nehe de nedan lenigi de nebe kaya ba khal keta hat enigi ba de shato hodo naide desh keto ashe hodo naidesh kan sha da dio nil Kamala Harris to Tim Walz non khaniya ebni nach do khanne tande ebni nach an khazotle gibnina she hodo de neban an shinigi she so ahot ob cases zindole junle she hoje janes da hay khahegi aje nash do bni nach le Washington da le khi khaye da na kinde zede da Democratic National Convention de are e hot o de neban abede ebnina so hodo ba khensin hot en ani lo ba hasti khaje shi da no senigi kin khidet do aje shi da dio she hoje janes shlis tloshon junobe da hodni so a cases Joe the Queen she Vice President Harris but he as do but na hasne sani ba wind and the Queen she benanish nilzilo like bin nach do si gatit ahin lendo the Queen she a kid as a down jono President Biden cases on na out jono lago do the change tlin lenigi the Queen go she base but holya hot on jono benant ai kid as a taro cases zindo kade na holji not ani di بدين دو كده نات آنين يلوثيجي شيء هت أنيجينسن صوبانسس كيس سيجي قارو بكيت أن تهجي دكوي وش بتسنش تلجن لنيجي يقعد غد جن لي مينيسوتا the governor لون أثلات أتات بتسنش تلج دته سهجي كدهز إنا سي دكوي وش بتسنش تلج أردن لنيجي يقعد غد نه هدات أنيجي دن كده سنيجي دو نازي لدي دن كده سندون كقعد دو غلطان لنيجي هت دو خودلون خاني يعني بني نتش دايدي يهنل Harris Walls, November 5th. Let's vote. President Biden apologizes to Native Americans for Indian boarding school. Issue hojahut edos li largest ladin halsojen benant an denigi li hostobi gate betsenschlich dat they sehigi Gila River bedet nenigi ade khahun shlone do bekedoshni do beschlisna hasesne. President Biden was ehigi a hehe khodohan zihigi jgono nat I'm sorry. We apologize. Nenigi sad ban kelta hojo jo de kushina khayda shlatina khedo aedan khalchin nache da has da betiskido ado nek eche daltkido ke ol ilt on choy ado bedahos ahada bed no kidab dil ya do san khalchin do na da has khida evenina hodo I'm sorry din nidigi bashil khojo do ashtadin hat zobedan ado khunni tande ne asho khodo bakhinzi ado bekeroshin juno nal sosto da beso bedal khaben ke khan dil got atidishin ke nedan lenigi in da hui na do at yeda ni te kwi shi do hoda hoto ke de nedan denigi bekan di los bedini do beketo shni do ar ni yare sha ol yaren jono bich hasti ashe shtato sezon hot edole major projects I'm working on na nation sagi be da inishigi Division of Natural Resources and Department of Agriculture selected to manage a regional conservation and partnership program funded by the USDA's Natural Resources Conservation Service. This $25 million initiative will focus on tribal ranches and and water distribution projects in the Eastern Navajo Agency. Deshe hoja le lanja shada initiative de kui gushin hate ola nal tlonshi dan linigi binye nal sos Washington et la binyenda sil sos USDA hodosla basin kitchen huila 25 million. Deshe hoja ha acho dene keda hat inigi bin nal tlonsh da holonigi do bininache hate o baka do wasligi asiban kiltajo $25 million nal tlonsh da holonigi thoda bitch hoda do nil do khwa de kui gushi beka shi do sli the bedro khashit o yinda as neshi bahat as a hot oben da dil neshot no hot on jono ben yenda sil so zaro be la as li hot o shi de ne aja kha acho de ne ke da honat enigi hot on kha dicha shin hot Division of Natural Resources, Department of Agriculture shin hot o be so hot again jono ben da dil nesh aro na tlonshi ke da holonigi do beka shi do that enigi a khali da no enigi hot on jono kha ye to Eastern Navajo Agency hodoshin jono for the base so I tan hoden ke hol yado ke and idio neslon da idio sos no ben jono skaten de shin hodoben ke na hodeshne hona hot eshi de kui shi kha o goregi shi hodo nat ade ne be na hashne dole meet and greets amado alchine bagan host a domestic violence awareness conference at Chinle Chapter House dishe hojo and jono bkhaz an Chinle masanen lo Lorena wa kushina he stand as it khatina khwa yos khlo as twido sani do chinies da the nedan lo khida bedel enigi hard late shato shahodo liato helan jono shich hato tsenenigi khwa bkhaz anigi ken bkhaz anigi khwa lasitlin di October hol jeshigi bi khahigi di domestic violence awareness month di ba khoda no send net khida as enigi to dani tsena khaishe binina the net khida hal enigi to dani tsena khida hot on joba da hasne do khun del on da di da hot enigi mado alchine bagan honda do khapini nachda astada no chelto khwan jono shich hato to chian na khato jono shich yat khido benade de sta alchine enigi da no son hot o jono khikhe ano en ade da no sone da a khehen hidini de kui shin jono sa de nedan lenigi bich hoda sa do a khui chibin das neshigi lo khe aro khada akisigi de neholda bedel enigi do da ni tsinda di hajo kebe nasko nane khatle hajo ta ki nil zindo as khan tel do yo ne be nasko yi kha ede be da nil kha ha shini tkida hel enigi do da ni tsinda hoto jono are bani ya don jono sa bich huish laigi yo ba hensin hot o de ne nan nishidel enigi de ne hot o ya da halgani gi do ikida des ingi hehen ki dini do le aro upcoming events ani be hasti na kidding that's it ani be hasti ani Tuesday November 5th is election day. Exercise your right to vote. Let's get out the vote. Sko den nishe hojo da nil only Tuesday the modo na kijingone a ede menyeha a slatin ha so be Washington at ani large keda satagi hosto ha zojen at ani yede chegi kha naznel nat ani dan lenigin yede chegi da nil ashore he ade da dio nesto ben inachen he hod no nesote de khwa adige ben inache slatin ha so be carbon and ade shil ahon yanda be ne hod no nesote hoto ba hensin shin hoto Tuesday let's get out the vote Koro hehen kidini le shikedo shiteneta no senegi hoje Thursday na hol jisho khada kisigido binach yo binesh lon hanen kijenesh in ta hol netligido na neshel chena de liado di da hot edi da hot njgono del neshigi de neba Washington de neshta in neshigido de kuyushin alche da hol nehigi dot o de dan khat shaton khana ashne dot nebedan ajloy do it nebe kay bakade yad o de Washington de kuy de shinat ani dan nebel alaj nan ani dan lenigi benin nachbje na in shkato dit o beso dan kiche de lendo behes ani da jono sa ayadat ehodan khada yozoto bek ehota inneshigida ayodo yobkin da aslo da ehoto jono aro at ene khad nebe kay bakai nashta hoinle besh ma has andat enigi behes ani da yozo higida nda bedshni lo nikhe are khanaz nebe kay bakad khada da khagi jono khil nada hasolne besh ma has anda be bes nata hosne aro beni nache de hode shire be his ani khede de dozo aro shisha nana ken shawdo be lana ishle aro be kero sheikh robe ta innishigi be huish aro hot on juno ta ilni eshi hot o bada non sindo si benish tlon hodot nebenant an khan shnigi nikene kini nache yo be shit holzel din juno trobe da innishiro hwanda be da innishiro de kui jhodon gichenen strahigi ebe shit holzel esta si big hasadet an eshi hot ele eshi ab to boltran de nebenant ajlon hot en nan nishi de ben ya hode setta nan nishi de jolch edol nilto de nebaka do was si yego hashit on ketles anige ben nache ebelina do at za yeshket ebelina si a yego nan nishte bed neshkal ebelina shi to ahol jishot ebe hehen ke dinidel khoroye Dr. Buu Nygren Navigation President do de yen kelta holon jono nasko na de no kato hagone next Thursday shindo de.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Racita Toddy with the Division of Human Resources, and I'm here to present information regarding our accomplishments and projects that we're currently working on. The Division of Human Resources has 11 different programs its under the division. And I'd like to start out with the accomplishments for the Department of Personnel Management. The Department of Personnel Management is pleased to announce that it did implement its online application portal on September 12th of this year. And as of today, we received, or there are a total of 1,246 profiles, of which we received 1,333 applications, and there were a total of 239 inquiries. Although a lot of individuals did come on to the system, and there still are a few profiles that are incomplete. So we're pleased to announce that we are using this portal successfully, and it is working for the Navajo Nation Department of Personnel Management. The other thing that we are currently doing is we are working with the programs, the division program HR personnel, and we provided training to their representatives. And this is to improve the services within within the Division of Human Resources, Department of Personnel Management, and to let them know of the importance of onboarding and the hiring process. Emphasis was made on clear expectations, the importance of onboarding and the hiring processes, as well as a structured training plan for effective onboarding and importance of timely communications, and some of the challenges that we experience while going through the hiring process. We will also be providing a toolbox for these teams to utilize when they're um, adjusting their online hiring or onboarding processes. The other accomplishment is that the department successfully completed the automation of employee assignments, rolling their assignments from the FY 24 budget to the continuing resolution. There was a total of 3,654 employees whose assignments were rolled. We also generated automated PAFs and distributed those PAFs to the programs. The majority of this was for external funded programs as well as the general funded programs. The other accomplishment that DPM has completed is in collaboration with the Office of the Controller, Office of Management and Budget, the Division of Human Resources, Department of Personnel Management, and the Office of Vital Records and Identification. This group has been working on the procurement of an enterprise resource planning system for the Navajo Nation. And this system will assist in incorporating a paperless process, streamlining of services and other processes, as well as communication and reporting abilities. It'll also include budgeting and reporting capabilities along with a tribal enrollment platform. The service contract is currently going through the 164 process, and a kickoff meeting is proposed to begin in a couple of weeks after the signing of the contract by President Nygren. Other activities within the division Department of Retirement Services, they received 33 retirement requests from 29 employees and 4 beneficiaries during the month of October. The retirement will commence in November for these 39 individuals. Other accomplishments is that the workforce development attended a virtual grant closeout training for the Department of Labor, Indian and Native American programs. The program received good updates and reminders on a good and complete closeout of the workforce development program year 20. And that was completed in June. Also, a staff member revamped their monitoring tools and has implemented the updates and revisions to their program guidance instructions. This will assist the program in collaborating more with the participants that are attending the training and looking at job opportunities. Workforce development has added several new training providers to the list and is working on additional partnerships. The Office of Navajo Vital Records and Identification sent a formal request to BIA to install radio antennas on top of the federal buildings located in the Chinle as well as Shiprock to improve the internet services. They have also digitized and provided to ICWA program staff a new form that is to be completed for enrollment and verification of tribal enrollment. This has been an ongoing process, and this was in an attempt to expedite the processes. Another initiative that has been ongoing is the public hearings that are being held by the Department of Child Support Services. The first public hearing was scheduled for Monday at one of the agency offices, and it's ongoing all this week. I believe the last two is scheduled for today and one more tomorrow. So if you are interested, this is to provide information on the changes to the child support guidelines as well as to their schedule. So these are some of the activities that are ongoing within the Division of Human Resources. One more accomplishment for the Department of Personnel Management is a pilot project that they're working on, and this will streamline the processing of personnel action forms. It's a simplified process which includes a new intake form to capture the information needed to update the new hires in an expedited manner. The hiring departments will schedule an intake time with the Department of Personnel Management Support Services section, and each one will be assigned to a technician to complete their onboarding by providing assistance in completing required employment documents and completing employment with enrollment with employee benefits as well as the retirement services. So this is another initiative that they are taking on to complete the onboarding process for the newly hired employees within the Navajo Nation government. We have 6 different departments that are participating in this pilot project. It was scheduled to begin on September 16th. However, due to additional changes and information, we are adding 2 more departments to the pilot project, and it's scheduled to go live at the end of the this year, calendar year. But we had 2 successful completions of the new hires using the new system that is set up. So if you have any questions or are interested in participating in this new project, please contact the Department of Personnel Management. Our team lead for that section, support services, is Serenity Nagal, who is available to assist and schedule a time with you. And if you have any other questions, feel free to call the Department of Personnel Management at 928-871-6330. This concludes my report. Thank you.
Ят эскэросэднэ рода иснорцайрот анхинналлики хаадаси я Mike Holonensia don't le trohatsen holjeda goste betani slansin basissin trohanda senale kiane dasiche what are nensla ya could the vision of natural resource holjeja aize good afternoon and happy Halloween to everyone out there or listening in or watching today. I'm Mike Holono. I'm the Executive Director for the Division of Natural Resources. And I want to take a little bit of your time out of your busy schedule today to kind of give you some update what's been going on in the division. There's been a lot of different activity for the Division of Natural Resource. Summer and fall is a busy season. A lot of field work being done, as well as all the different events that happen that our departments are a part of. We have 11 departments within the Division of Natural Resource. Let me just start with an update on one of the projects, which is the Navajo Gallup Waterline Project. And I was fortunate enough to be a part of a blessing ceremony last week at the big pump that's been established there right off of Route 9, just east of Highway 491 going towards Coyote Canyon. You'll see that great big tank, big building. That's one of the 19 pumps that you'll see for the whole project. That water project actually planning stage started in 2008, and then funding was received back in 2009. That water project was funded. And the purpose of that funding and that water line project was to bring water from San Juan River all the way down into our area, into the Gallup area, and all on the New Mexico side, and to be able to get approximately 38,000 acre feet of water out for use to homes, to residents, to businesses, to schools, government buildings as well, for all of us to have good, clean, quality water to be brought. And then there's another project that comes from Cutter Reservoir that goes along the north side of the Navajo Nation, all the way over towards the Jicarilla is another one. Here in the Window Rock area, you've probably seen the pipeline that started over by Yatahe and cuts across and comes all the way to the state line here in Window Rock. There is a proposed water line also to go towards Crown Point. From that line that's over where we had the blessing ceremony, from those pumps going east into Crown Point. There's also from Gallup going across, and hopefully we can get water over to Pinedale, Mariano Lake, Smith Lake. Those areas in the Eastern Agency have had a challenge finding good quality water. A lot of the water that has been drilled and wells have been planned, the quality of water is not good. The contamination that has happened through the years. And so we're trying to figure out how to get more water into that area. And so that water line is actually going to serve 43 chapters for the whole project, not also including, of course, the city of Gallup. There's also, we're looking at, so the whole water line is over 280 miles, and we'll have 19 pump houses. The Bureau of Reclamation is the project sponsor. They're the developers, working with a lot of subcontractors to be able to get the work done and get it built. It took a lot of work from the Fish and Wildlife Department, from the Historic Preservation Department, from the General Land Development, National Land Department. So all of these 4 different departments were a big part of the process to get to the point to where they were issued what we call a right-of-way. Gives them the permission to construct across a certain area, certain width, with the consent of grazing officials, with the support of chapters. So we want to thank everybody between San Juan River all the way to where those lines are running now, because They all had to be a part of that process to make it happen. So that's some of the big news that has happened. Other big news is that we have just received a grant from the Division of Natural Resource and the Department of Agriculture for $25 million. So since we're talking about water, that's what that money is going to be for. And that came through the United States Department of Agriculture under the NRCS program. And those funds are going to be utilized to get a water system put in place over in eastern Navajo and what we call the tribal ranches. We have some ranches that are south of Chaco, and there's been challenges with windmills. There's been challenges with road systems. People are traveling long distances to get water to their area, also for their livestock. So that grant is really going to help us construct a water system with the USDA and building that partnership with them, which we're excited about because that's just one project. And we have many other projects in the works that we've applied grants for the benefit of each and every one of you to be able to be a part of that and benefit from that. Some of the other projects that happen on Navajo that happens every year is our hunting season. The hunting season has happened. Started out with the early archery elk hunts. Then we had our muzzleloader hunts, our rifle hunts, our deer hunts, pronghorn antelope hunts. All of those are happening or have happened already. And the Department of Fish and Wildlife also hosted this year's, I believe it's the 12th annual youth hunt. And this is for youth between the ages of 12 and 16. And this year, each and every one of them were successful. So all the families were able to receive the meat back already processed and packaged. So I know they're excited about enjoying some quality meat. Another project that the Fish and Wildlife is working on is that they have actually radio collared 30 pronghorn antelope down in Nahat'atsi. For other people know that as Newlands. And so we want to be able to do some monitoring, do some research on our antelope herds, as well as see what kind of impacts would happen for projects that are being planned for that area. Last and not least, I also want to report that our Historic Preservation Department was successful, and they traveled all the way to California and were able to recover some nightway masks that a collector had in their possession. And the estate, inside during the process, the children that inherited all of the estate said, "What do we do with these masks? What are they for? How do we get them?" And so they contacted the Navajo Nation, and we had staff travel down and retrieve those Yei masks, Yebiche masks, and brought them back to Navajo, and the other parts that were there. In the process, we were able to also recover some old historical rugs that different collectors had in their possession. Again, handed down to the next generation and the next generation, and they're saying we don't have any. We don't have any use for this. We feel that it should go back to the original owners, and they gave them back to the nation. So we have retrieved all of that information. The zoo is doing very well, although Mr. David McKensick has retired. They're finishing up some projects there. One is redoing the whole parking lot area for the zoo, for the museum. So it's better for everyone to visit the zoo. They usually have a big event today on Halloween, so you might want to go by. And you got a great parking place now to park at. And one of the big ones is they worked on the coloring book by local artists. And now they have a coloring book featuring all of the animals that are down at the zoo in Window Rock, Arizona, and they're able to have those available for our youth. And so that is what I have today to report briefly. And I just want to say thank you for tuning in, and have a great, happy Halloween. And also, more importantly, I want to urge everyone to remember to vote on November 5th, next week. We here on the Navajo Nation need to ensure that every member, every relative, every friend we have, to go and get them to the polls, get them to vote. It is critical that we're able to do that, not for us, but also for our future generation. And so I just wanted to reassure that. And again, thank you, Dr. Kat. Hako on that.
Oh yeah, yeah.